How's it going, you sexy beasts? Since the majority of my channel has been infantry only, with a tiny bit of tank gameplay, I decided to try out something new. Flying. A little while ago, Sila and I tried out the dreaded Dalton on the Liberator, and, it was kind of pretty fun. Ever since then, I've been eager to get back into the air, and decided to try out some ESF piloting. Keep in mind that I have about 4 hours total worth of ESF flight, ever. I don't think I spawned an ESF in the beta, and I'm a complete and utter noob. Having said that, I made a new character on the Matherson server to play with Mr. Zorn, and I'm a fresh pilot without any spare cert to dump into my ESF. This series is going to show my progress from fresh meat in the air to, hopefully, a badass in the skies. I've done a little bit of flying a Reaver in the past, but decided to swap it up to the Terran Republic to learn how to fly with a good fighter. I'm not expert in the air dominance field, but ruling out the wider hitbox and the threat of strikers should help increase my survivability, since I'm pretty dreadful at flying. Now onto the actual video. I'll be showing some dogfights or general air combat and giving you guys my thought process. I'm hoping this will be more of a learning experience for both of us as we go along, as opposed to super awesome MLG style kill streaks. Since this is the first episode and I haven't spent a single cert into my Mosquito yet, we've got the stock Needler nose gun and afterburner fuel tanks as our secondary, giving us that 80% extra afterburner juice. My first run, I notice a ton of new conglomerate armor fighting my Terran allies on the ground. I move in to engage and a Reaver gets on my tail. I attempt to face toward him to engage and quickly get outgunned while his wingman moves into position, and I attempt to lose them. As a totally new pilot, I know I can't outgun two Reavers and try to use my extra afterburner and speed to outrun them. Too bad the cliff does not give a shit about me. Next, I notice a Reaver attempting to flee and begin to engage by slamming on the afterburners to catch up. I continue unloading on him with my Needler nose gun, dealing a noticeable amount of damage to him. We circle around a cliff and he begins to turn towards me. I've landed enough shots to cause him to begin to burn and explode in midair. His wreckage collides with me, so I attempt to land and repair my lost health. Then the cliff doesn't give a shit about me. Over at Snake Ravine Lookout, a swarm of mosquitoes and myself are attacked by a trio of Reavers to come defend their facilities from the air. I begin to pour lead into the first Reaver and one of the other mosquitoes take him out, giving me the critical kill assist. A second Reaver tries to take a pass at me and I flip around, narrowly avoiding colliding with him. He begins to dart off as my teammates begin to pursue. Since I'm at about half health, I begin to turn tail to go repair my damages. Shortly after, I get locked on, so I try to dart away as fast as possible and break the line of sight of the rocket with the ahead cliffside. Too bad the tree does not give a shit about me. Here, I notice a scythe on my tail from the minimap, so I turn to face him. He flies underneath me, causing me to turn downward to face him again and begin unloading into him. I'm able to get him to a smoking state while he flies low to the ground in the canyon, turning around to try and take a pass on a mosquito. In doing so, he slows down just enough to easily take him out. Now that I've finally unlocked some flares, I'm able to stay in the fight for a little bit longer without having to turn tail. There's a Liberator out in the distance shelling my teammates on the ground, so I move in closer to hit him much easier. In doing so, I notice a hovering Reaver trying to get some easy rocket pod farm. I hammer him with a full magazine of the Needler and cause him to burn quickly as tries one final attempt to take me out with rocket pods before bailing and letting his Reaver explode. After some quick repairs, I find some more Reavers trying to get some easy kills on infantry by hovering still in the air. I move in on the closest target and am able to destroy him with one magazine before he's even able to react by locking on air-to-air missiles onto my Mosquito. I'm able to break off from the oncoming enemies and even earn my copper medal for the Needler. This particular clip isn't showing off my thought process or anything. I just thought it looked really cool with how the harasser flipped off the canyon and I was able to destroy it before it hit the ground. Can't wait for the harasser nerf. Crash and burn, baby. Now that I've finally got my rotary nose cannon and about 2 or 3 levels of ammo reserve certs, I'm feeling much more confident in my air-to-air capabilities. My air-to-ground abilities are pretty awful, and I just stray away from tanks in general. But there's an Indar alert going on, and Banu are pushing us back pretty hard. I notice a friendly mosquito fly past with a smoke trail and see its predator scythe shortly after it. I engage the scythe and destroy him outright with ease due to the rotary cannon. Another scythe pops up in my crosshairs and I begin to engage as he fires upon my allies. The scythe takes a surface-to-air rocket right in its butt and begins to panic and fly forward. I turn my nose toward him as myself and my ally finish him off with ease. We've flown up north to the J908 Biolab impact site and notice a scythe trying to take a swat at a friendly mosquito. He flies straight toward his target and slows to a halt, making it easy to fully unload the rotary into his large profile. He begins to move her around to finish off the other mosquito, but retains the same speed, making it very easy to finish him off after reloading my rotary. Over at the Xenotech Labs, a Reaver flies low and slow to try and pick off any infantry on the ground. I slap him in the face with a rotary as I close the distance and cause him to freak out by hitting the afterburners as he tries to escape. He flies up and to the right, not pulling up hard enough, and smacks his fat ass on the side of the cliff since he doesn't give a shit, and bails as his Reaver flies off to the ground. Final clip I've got for you guys is still at the Xenotech Labs as I take a pass on a burning Vanguard and am unable to kill it with 30 rounds of my rotary. I turn around to try and take another pass at it as I notice a Reaver begins to line up on my tail. I'm able to turn around and confront him, dealing a massive amount of damage that he did not see coming, which causes him to dart off to the west. I begin to chase him, thinking I'll be more than capable since I'm in a Mosquito with afterburner fuel tanks. Continuing fire, his ESF catches fire, ensuring me the kill, but then I get splattered instantly by a Skyguard lightning. There you have it, you sexy beasts, the first episode of Earning My Wings, where I start fresh with a Mosquito and take you along my adventure of learning the air game of Planetside 2. I'm sorry if this episode wasn't super awesome elite no scopes, but that's where I think it'll be fun, as I chronicle my way to becoming an ace pilot. So do you guys have any input on the series? Would you like it to become a live commentary so you can hear my thought process in the moment and possibly my reactions when I die to a dual burster Zoe Max? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys did like this episode, I'd love to continue making more since I think the air game of Planetside 2 has the highest skill ceiling of any other aspect of the game. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big ass thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like these, go ahead and subscribe. It's free.